What's up, y'all? This is just as Shakeem. We're here to get blessed, confess, finesse, enjoy the process in the name of Jesus. Can I get an amen, y'all?
Amen.
Amen. Did you say amen ski?
Amen.
Let me turn this Wi-Fi off because if I don't,
what's up with this? The twitching is
Victoria. What's up? We in there. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, guys, please make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're feeling it. Hit the bell to get notified every time we go live. We're going live most Tuesdays at 7. So trying to figure out the timing. So we're gonna try to keep that going. But we got a lot to talk about today. First of all, I'm gonna start out with a question. Matter of fact, we need our little live little stickers on our door. So I'll start it up and then I'll fix that real quick because they're gonna come in. You can switch to
it's already
your
on
angle
there.
real quick. 4.
It's already on there.
Oh, it's on there already? Okay, we got Nikita in the building. I don't have my horns ready, man. I'm gonna get my sounds
What's
together.
up, everybody?
Man. Yeah,
good to be back. Good to be back.
Good to be back. Y'all let us know if we're coming in. Send us some ones if y'all can hear us well, if the video's well, all that's well. If the visuals are making light skins look good or bad, you know what I mean? If it's a net positive or net negative for society.
Let's pray net positive.
Pray net positive. Hey, we got 5 people. Yeah, y'all like the video for us. Help us out.
What's up? What's up, Ryan? What's up?
Everything coming in good. Everything coming in good. So
she ain't show Lolo.
What's up, Asher in the building, man? What happened? I know you just said Jesse. What about me? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here.
Keita and Jesse.
You deny my existence?
Yeah, she said she ain't worried about you.
So yeah, so first question I want to start out with. And for most of this, you'll hit the 1 and the 2 or the 4.
Yeah.
3 is more like, you know, use that angle as like the icing on the cake.
Okay.
But so the question I want to open up with is, if your dad, you know, it's Father's Day. I know some people like, bro, why you opening up with these messed up questions? Why you opening up with these messed up questions for Father's Day, like I did to Mother's Day? People was like, bro, you ain't say nothing like respectful to your mama. So now the Father's Day question is probably, it could be worse. No, it's not worse. This is the Father's Day question. So if your dad was, oh, what's up, Valencia? How you doing? All right, sorry. Back to the question. If your dad was your age right now, could he beat you in a fight? You know, maybe women might want to say your mama, but either way, it don't matter. If your dad was your age right now, you know, back in his no, Ryan, I don't know because you didn't hit the gym.
She put the caps too. She said not a chance.
Could your dad beat you in a fight? You know, if my dad's watching, I'm gonna wait for everybody else to answer first. But
this is not fair because we got the same dad, so I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. Could your dad? Because you know, I'll let y'all start it off. I'm gonna give my answer last.
I'm hitting him with that 1-2 baby.
No, not the 1-2 baby. She been in that boy with a 2-piece get a muscle. Like, stop playing with her.
I'm dropping that man.
I'm not gonna lie. I know my dad was a little crazy.
Right
I don't know how he looked about my age. I think he's a little, you know, a little sturdy, little strong.
About your age, about your age, he was getting.
He was what?
He was skinny. He started bulking up.
He might have been a little wrestler. I ain't gonna lie.
He started bulking up around his 30s.
I know some people probably think they couldn't take I feel like my daddy
put a 1 in the chat.
Get whooped, but I think I'd come out victorious in that fight.
Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like at your age you can hit the 1 on the.
I feel like my dad.
I'm talking about on the
not whoop, but
the video board, the switcher.
Oh yes.
Where your left hand is. Yeah. Put the 1 in the chat if you feel like you could beat your dad.
Yeah, same age.
At the age he is, if he's your age.
Oh, okay.
So if you 30, imagine your dad when he was 30. Could y'all win in a fight?
Never mind.
See, yeah, I'm still taking me.
You think you could?
I'm taking 1,000 on me. I ain't gonna
1,000 on it?
Put the money up. I'm taking all the money.
Brian said a -0.
Yeah.
Oh,
she said, wait, same age.
So yeah, everybody in the comments, if y'all seen this video after, please still put in the comments a 2 for no, a 1 for yes, I would demolish him, right? As -0 if it's a no, you know what I'm saying?
If I was fighting unfair for sure, but my dad at 26, like he grew up in Jamaica, he was walking miles to everything. That man and he's still is low key a crash out. Love you, Dad. But no.
And yours is a 4, by the way.
Yeah, just so
your
when you
camera's
talk.
4.
Okay.
They gonna take a little.
I just don't want to be on camera a whole bunch.
Because you're like, who is that? Well, if you don't want to be on camera, you better not.
I'm not gonna say I would whoop my dad at my age, but
you'll give him a. You
feel
like you'll come out on top.
I definitely think I would. I definitely do. No offense, cool. Dad, but that's just, you know what I'm saying. He gonna try to prove it now. He's like, what we doing?
Let's see some of the comments. And you can click the comments with the mouse or the mouse pad, whichever is easier. You can start more from the top and just kind of go through some of them. And we're gonna get to this topic because I know y'all here for that. Ryan said 1. You can just go down the list, or some of the ones you can just pick some of them. You ain't gotta go to all of them. Ryan say dropping that man. She's talking about Jesse.
Nah, because at first that was before they clarified that it was the same age.
0. No way, man's is. Said no. My dad was 81 years old. No way, man. 6'6" in his prime playing pro ball. Golly. Would you win in a fight against your dad if he's your age? That's crazy. Okay. I think that's all we got right now. So now the BET Awards was
wait, you never give your answer?
Oh yeah. I was just gonna try to
Yeah.
They're not here for that. They don't care.
You don't want no smoke.
Hold on now.
But honestly, man, it's hard to say because I do feel like my body mass was way more different than my dad's at my age. When he was 31, he was probably a good 170. 180 maybe.
I didn't know he was skinny like that.
Yeah, he was skinny. Like if you look at the home videos, he's about Casey's weight. He was skinny.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. My dad's way shorter than me. He's like 5'7", 5'8".
Later.
We're all taller than him.
I think
so.
I think if he was my, I'll say this. I'll say, and he's probably gonna disagree and laugh, right? But if he was my same now because of how he grew up and stuff that he was doing, that's what I'm saying. Technique, the viciousness that he was, what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. That's the part that I don't know about. But if we just talking body mass and today's world, bro, I got it. So it's hard to call, but I'll lean on the no. I'll lean on the no.
That he wouldn't whoop you?
I'll lean on the 2. I feel like maybe he would. I just feel like he was more into that fighting back then. Yeah,
he was a little
I feel like he had an edge on me, but
I still think I'd take him.
But yeah. But right now you're doing your boxing and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like I got
that's a whole different world.
Yeah.
But he'll probably still be laughing, saying, nah, they crazy.
So.
Oh yeah, so we'll do sections just for future reference. That was cool because I told you to click the comments, but just so you know, in the future when we do, we'll have a section for chats, just so if we're I think we talked about this, just so when we're speaking, we don't have the chats at the bottom when we get into the discussion.
Cool.
But now it's cool. We didn't really get into nothing yet, but just for the conversation. But
he gonna fire me, y'all.
Nah. We ain't even go nowhere yet. But so the BET Awards were crazy. I didn't look at really any of it. I saw little things dealing with I didn't see her accept an award or nothing, but I heard GloRilla won the Gospel Award. Kevin Hart was talking crazy about Kirk Franklin, and I know they all took it as a joke. I thought it was hilarious because I'm trying to make sure this don't. And Kevin Hart was talking about Kirk Franklin, and I think there was something else that happened. Did Taraji have some type of demonic ritual or something going on? I heard something about that. I don't know if that was the BT Awards or something else, but they've been talking crazy anyways. But for one, now I'm gonna read what my comment was on I should have locked the door.
I don't think they're gonna come because I got the what's it called?
Yeah, but I just want to make sure it's all all good. Okay. So, for one, I'm gonna read what I put down for the what I put on Instagram. I posted on Instagram about GloRilla, right? Winning the Gospel Awards. So, the Gospel Award for 2025. Here's my take. If I ever had the chance to win this award, I would be excited. I'd be celebrating with my friends and family. Although, if anyone wins that isn't a gospel artist, it doesn't really bother me. I don't care. I just understand now that this award doesn't mean what it used to mean. Kind of like the blue check on Instagram. Like, who cares? Either way, I'm not surprised. The saddest part of all of this is that the gospel music is, for so many people, only a genre and a trend instead of the Great Commission. That's what it was meant to be. Mm-hmm. So we talk about the Gospel Award. Some people get really caught up in, well, I can't believe GloRilla won. And I'm like, I just feel like any type of shock value or any type of like, what? Like, yeah, I'll get a little like, really? But I'm not shocked because the world is so set. Like, there is a gospel, there is a secular gospel. That's what I like. Like, some people don't think about that, but there's a secular version of gospel. There are obviously secular version of churches. There are literally, like, if you look at the WWE, SmackDown, Raw, like, some churches are taking the same formula and saying, we just want to use the church method to get money. This is what people are doing. So it's the same thing with gospel music. So people are using gospel music as a trend, as a genre to make money off of it. So therefore, like, why would they not win the award? If the award is based on, like, what is the award based on? Save souls? Like, are you serious? So I'm not surprised that GloRilla won. But I mean, obviously it's like, really? It's almost like it's just it's weird because it's like, if someone, I don't know. I don't know if I would use the word ironic, but it's like, really? That's what we're doing now? Like, y'all really, like, the dumbest thing is just like, no, oh yeah, she won gospel award. Like, if Adele won rap award, it's like, really? She puts out a rap song and y'all making Adele win the rap. Okay, we're just, there's no sense of what's normal anymore, So I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on it, but those are my thoughts.
I got a couple thoughts. I guess my first thought is, and I don't know this for sure, but do we have like a gospel like awards?
Like a gospel? I think there's one. What is it called? It's probably just called some type of, the fact that we don't know, right? No, just playing.
I mean, that speaks a lot.
The Stellar Awards.
Stellar Awards.
Yep.
So that's also another thing. It's like, it is the BET award. So it's like, I don't know. You kind of got to also look at it as the terms of, like, it's not a Christian award ceremony. So it's like, I can't be mad that they would just give it to whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, it's not a. Now, if the Stellar Awards were giving it out, then it'd be like, I feel like that would cause a little bit more uproar. But then you also do have to look at the nominees on who she beat. And I think it was like, and now from what I'm seeing, it was some Christian artists and it was some secular artists in there. So it's like, I don't know. It does still make it kind of like, because it is BET Awards, so it's like, I can't really be like, have too much to say, because it's like, well, it is the BET Awards. Yeah, I can't really expect them to do or like take Christian values the same as like the Stellar Awards maybe would. So, yeah.
I don't know if there was ever a change in the name of the award, but from what I'm seeing,
move a little closer to your mic, or move your mic, or move your mic closer, like that.
Right here. Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know if there was ever a change to the name of the award, but it's like, it's not even like the gospel award anymore. It's the best inspirational.
Inspirational. Yeah, they said,
is like, that what it was called?
They said gospel / inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So at this point, any type of genre that's inspirational is.
Oh, somebody said Valencia said Dove Awards.
Dove Awards.
There's
Okay.
Dove Awards and the Stellar Awards. Yeah.
Okay.
And those are mainly Christian. But yeah, I think her winning inspirational award, like, I mean, that's the only song on her album that
one
to
song
God.
with Kirk Franklin on the album, right?
Yeah.
Which, granted,
it wasn't even a gospel album, was it?
It might have been like song. I don't know if it was like if she won for the album, but no, it might have been artist.
It was for the song.
It was for the song.
Yeah.
Okay,
just like one song.
Yeah,
just the one song.
But it's like I don't really feel any type of way because it's like it's BET Awards. Like I don't know what people are expecting. It's like expecting Disney to like make Christian movies. Like
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like they're gonna make stuff like based on where they are. So it's like I can't be mad like about the type of movies they make and to be like, oh, do I want to bring my kids to this movie or not? Be like, oh, is Disney doing it? Well, they never said they were a Christian movie company. So
How can this atheist not read the Bible? It's like,
exactly. That's kind of how I look at it. So it's like
duh.
Of course they're gonna blur the lines and add in /inspirational because it's not a Christian.
But some people are really like caught up in it. Like Deitrick Haddon got really mad. He got upset. He was like, how is she winning the gospel award? But it's like, bro, like
no,
you done a lot for the gospel community, but also like, you know, so you already know.
Deitrick, the same man that was dancing around in one of his music videos with no shirt on and a bulletproof vest. I don't take that man serious. I'm so sorry. I don't take that man serious.
Don't make me spill the tea on his head.
I'm trying to tell you, the tea is spilled.
Yeah, and I feel that.
If you're gonna care, if you're gonna be that angry, like your life needs to match it as well. And he's just, I mean, he's human, right? But like to have that type of like
animosity about it is like
animosity and that self-righteousness about it. Like, all right, big dog. Everybody's just as human as you are.
Yeah, man. Milk and cookies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all heard that song Deitrick Haddon put out, but you know, God bless him. You know, I just hope the Lord, when he get to heaven, he say, well done, my good and faithful servant. But yeah, that it's just interesting to me, like how people are so caught up in it. Like they still, it's weird because like it kind of shows you what type of people are really Christians. Not like saying you don't have a relationship with God, but like you're still kind of a part of that where you actually think there's some significance for a gospel award there. I mean, I don't think like I mean, maybe it's possible for a real gospel artist to win the award. Like okay, out of all the gospel artists, who should have gotten it? Because when I think about them, I'm like,
from the nominees, I don't know. I feel
maybe like
Maverick
as far
City
as the
or something.
song, like
Pastor Mike Jr. They had Friday on there.
Really? They had a list of people already. Yeah, they had.
That's what I'm saying. They had like a lot of nominees.
That kind of made me
Some of these artists I don't know though. Common and Pete Rock. Is that Common? Oh yeah. So I guess he made a Jennifer Hudson. I guess made. But that's what I'm like.
I give it to Jennifer Hudson before I give it to GloRilla. Like,
but at the same time, it's hard. Let me tell you why it's hard to say somebody's GloRilla song too, because it was featuring Kirk Franklin and Maverick City music.
Oh man, that's like a whole plan, bro.
So it's like
that's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a whole plan, man. That's what that makes me think.
So then the question becomes like working with like secular artists. Like I don't know how.
This reminds me of that time where Tasha Cobbs had a song with Nicki Minaj on it, and it like set the entire church off.
Yeah, she didn't win the award, did she?
I don't think so.
No, they would have said something.
No, she didn't win any awards for it, but that was a fun time. That was funny. Like, it's just like in the middle of the song, all you hear is Nicki go, me and all my angels shot the devil up. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Nice little bar.
It's crazy. Can't even.
I don't know. It's funny because it's like this is like my first time kind of like really exposing myself to the thoughts of all of this. I don't know. It's like a lot of different thoughts because I don't like the fact of how like Christians, how the Christian whole thing can become like very, what's the word? I'm like, not saturated is the right word, but like they don't do this with Muslims is what I'm saying. Like Muslims, like this is not happening. It's very like, yeah. But Christians, we always can be so just like, oh yeah, everybody can
like
get
careless about like,
yeah. And so it's just like, I don't think if they had like a Muslim award, they would have did that. You know what I'm saying? Like Muslim, like some type of Islamic music. Like they're not doing that. Yeah, they wouldn't. I feel like they wouldn't have stood for that. They'd have been like, well, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just like, it does become just kind of willy-nilly.
But we're also the same. We're also the religion, right? Christianity. You hit one. We're also the Christianity. No, it's okay. That's like when somebody at the green light, like I just hit the gas. But no, like it's like with Christianity, it's such a big, broad religion, society-wise, that anybody and everybody can get up in there and claim a piece of the pie, right?
Yeah.
Are they really getting it? You know, that's gonna be up to God. But like people that do gospel music, they are not pastors, they are not preachers, they are not watchers over our soul. They do gospel music. And I have cried to sinners making music. I have cried to people that are not truly Christians making music because the music said the truth and it touched my soul. But are the people singing it, you know, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, if you're gonna root out like we can't listen to this song, we can't listen to this gospel song, then we really can't listen to anything at all. But yes, you need a balance. Like I'm not finna, I don't know, if somebody's going to church, you know, driving on the way to church, listening to GloRilla and Kirk Franklin, I ain't mad at you, but not really my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? You got to draw your line somewhere.
I did hear the song too. It was a while ago, but I think I did hear the song. I don't really remember.
But if the song is busting, if the song is nice,
I mean, Maverick City usually do make some good music, I will say. But
we bumped Kanye West as soon as he said something about. But the difference was,
are you talking about the
difference was Kanye West claimed to.
He finessed the whole. He finessed all the Christians with his.
But my thing is, was he really there, or like was it just because you can't tell with him, bro?
Yeah, I think he might have. It doesn't matter if he was, I guess, though.
It could have been a whole publicity stunt to really sell people on him being a Christian.
I mean, he did it.
Putting that music out there.
He did a good
Snoop
job.
Dogg didn't do that.
Snoop didn't.
Justin Bieber didn't do that.
Justin Bieber made a gospel album.
Yes, bro.
Justin Bieber. Oh, he did do gospel music. Okay.
But he still does, doesn't he?
He made a gospel like album or a song or like
EP.
It was that's what it was. And it was kind of like,
I ain't gonna lie.
But it was kind of like don't judge me type of thing. And I was like, that's okay. But it almost sounded like some secular artists gospel albums sound like diss tracks to the church sometimes. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, that's how Kanye kind of did some of his songs.
Yeah. Do we have you can go to media assets and you see the little miniature me right there. Click that for a second. I just want to know, you know, brother Ashley. I just wanted to shout out him. It's been a minute.
What's up, big dog?
You know, he in the spirit right now. He praying. That's it though. You can go back to the comments. I just wanted to we got the same build. Okay. Funny. You don't have to click that one.
Yeah, let's not click that.
No, you can click it. You can click it. I'm just. But we can read so many comments, but you can go ahead.
Oh, all I was gonna say, dog, I was having a thought
about Kanye West.
No, just about like I guess like listening, like when it does come to like listening to gospel music.
Oh,
when it comes to listening you good. I know it takes some adjusting. It's all good. First day on the job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not making it past 90 days. I'm finished.
Oh, you
can go ahead and collect your things.
But when listening to gospel music, though, I think also I feel like for me the question becomes: are we looking at the person that's making it and being like, oh well, they got an evil spirit, you can't listen to their music? Or is it like, well, they had a good song, the production is probably gonna be good, and the words that were in the song were good, you know what I'm saying? So then it's like, well, if that's the case, am I listening to the music and just going off of that, or am I being like, oh well, this person made gospel songs, I'm not listening to him because of him as a person?
Yeah, you can go ahead. I got a good question when y'all get done, but yeah, go ahead.
We can get mad about certain things. However,
because I'm mad.
Okay. However, if it brings glory to God, like you just said, there are some songs by some sinners. If it's glorifying God, if it brings you closer to Him, I think that's kind of the point. There are situations in the Bible where people who are way less than perfect, far off from it, God is using them. Now, am I going to say that God is using GloRilla specific, or any other secular artist who in their normal life don't glorify God? No, I'm not saying that. But am I saying that it's not? Am I saying that it's possible to be touched by someone who is a secular artist making gospel music? Yes, it's possible.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, what are some secular artists that if they won the gospel award, you'd be like, you know what? I respect it. I was gonna throw one out. Chance the Rapper. If he won a gospel album award, I'd be like, you know what? I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily mad at GloRilla winning, I guess. Are you talking about like a
somebody that would make more sense? Like I could see.
I'm saying through the BET Awards.
Somebody may say
Stellar Dove Awards.
If Kendrick Lamar made a gospel album,
he's a very conscious rapper.
Wow, she made it on.
Or J. Cole.
You can add Ryan to the chat. We trying some stuff out. Hopefully this works.
Whoa.
Oh, this is brand new. Okay, click it.
Add to the stage.
Add to the stage.
What's not a drive?
I don't know if we can hear her or not, but
yeah, I can hear. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, she said she can hear us.
Yeah, you can put these headphones on.
But I wonder if she's coming through the thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can hear her.
Can y'all hear me now?
Wow.
Yeah. Can y'all hear her in the chat? I guess they should be able to if you can.
Hey,
Period.
I can hear too.
I know she look good. Come on, Twist.
Ryann, what's your thoughts, girl?
Well, I can't hear, but it's all good.
I'm gonna tell you what she say.
Well, change it on me. Bye, y'all.
I don't know.
Four?
Yeah, okay. Real quick. I'm gonna get him. You can share her thoughts.
Are y'all able
to
hear me?
We getting it right.
Or she just chilling?
I think she's just driving right now.
That's pretty cool. How did she join through YouTube, or she joined through?
I gave her
a link.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, don't show this to the insurance company.
I don't know where that other thing is. Man.
She said, it's cool. Just tell me what she's talking about.
Ask her what secular artist she thinks could have won over GloRilla.
Ryan, what secular artist do you think could have won over GloRilla?
Does she know the nominees?
I don't.
If she don't,
I don't
if
think
she just
any secular artist should have won. And that's I think what my biggest problem was. It wasn't that GloRilla won, and it wasn't that she did it with Maverick City. My problem is that if you're BET, you don't need to be claiming anything gospel when you know what your premises is.
Something
because it. Hold on, let me park because I feel like y'all can't hear me. Hold on.
She said, "Let me park." She's saying she shouldn't have won at all.
Oh gosh, I hope we don't get a flag for her being over.
No, I'm about to get out the car. Give me a second, because I know you can't be on it on YouTube. 2 seconds. Hold on.
How did I get this thing to?
I don't know if I agree.
What?
Hold on. I'm about to hold on.
Said she shouldn't.
I get it.
She said she got to get out the car.
Can you hear me? Is this
I can hear you.
They can't hear me though.
Well, I want to know her. I guess I want to know her reasoning.
I wish there was a way. I wish I could explain because I said it. Read my comments in the chat, Nikita. Go back and read what I said in the chat, like out loud to them, because I was explaining my reasoning in there.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna start with this first one. They use worldly artists to reach the world, and I don't agree. You make a mockery of the real purpose behind gospel music, which is to praise God. You can't shake your tail one day and praise God the next.
That's true.
Next, yeah. Then
Ryan said, this just feeds into the idea of a gray area in the church, and God clearly says there isn't one. This trend of being able to be a lukewarm Christian is so popular, and naming a category gospel and then awarding it to Glow. Like, be so for real. The disrespect lies in claiming the title gospel. It's like that bar in Atlanta called Church. Just so that.
The Pride Bar in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, for me,
I don't know if I see that the same. I feel like that is like disrespectful.
What I'm saying though is that it wasn't that Glow won. It's like Glow could have won. That's cool. GloRilla can win. Kudos to you, girl. My thing is that you know what BET stands for. You understand that platform isn't gospel.
Black Entertainment TV.
Black Entertainment TV.
Stupid.
And so
I'm like, she done undercover the secret. I'm sorry.
It's like Black Entertainment TV. That's what that jump stands for. And we understand what foolishness goes on with Black Entertainment TV. We make mockery of Christianity and doing gospel stuff when it's convenient to people, and then want to claim it one day when we have people and artists like, okay, cool, Maverick, you want to do a combo with Glow because Glow is popular, use her to reach the masses. Do what you want to do. But when you claim the title gospel and then you throw in a bunch of people who aren't in that category, what you are allowing people who aren't knowledgeable in the word of the Bible to do is say, hey, I can say I'm a Christian and all of this and all these people in this category are still okay. That's still okay. Like, I'm not judging, but God says I can righteously judge. And I'm not gonna sit around and allow people to think that it's okay to glorify lukewarm Christianity. It's a sin. You're either with God or you're a sinner.
Whatever.
This junk kind of loud.
Switch to the
my headphones is dummy loud.
It's your voice through your headphones, I think.
Well, when I talk, I gotta take these out because I feel like when
hers,
I'm talking,
is hers like, loud? Because I can turn it down a little bit.
Perfect. But when I'm talking, it's like, ooh, child. Am I this loud on the thing?
No. You sound normal. Like, you don't sound loud.
Okay, good. Because in my headphones, I sound like extra loud.
It should be straight now.
It's like I do agree with Ryan, but then I also am like, I don't know. I kind of feel like
at the bottom
50-50 because I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. But then I'm also like, how it talks about this in the Bible too, about like it's gonna be many Christians that say like they're Christian, and then they're gonna say they did all these things, and then when they get to heaven, they're like, but Lord, didn't you see me do this? Didn't you see me do this? And he gonna say, I never knew you. And so I'm kind of just like, regardless if she's rapping about it or not, you can't never leave your soul in anybody else's hands anyway. So it's like I don't look to GloRilla as like, and I don't know. I do get the frustration, like in the sense of like, okay, blurring the lines and things like that, and the fact that she's not like a proclaimed Christian artist. You know what I'm saying?
And
then you win a gospel award.
Yes, but the frustration for me comes from mainly because of the times we're in. If the times because Christianity more than any time right now is under attack the most right now. Like we are in like times where it's like Christianity is being hit at every angle. Like the church is being hit at every angle. Like the times that we're in, this is the time where we need to be steadfast and standing on 10. Like you said, Muslims don't go for that. They off people in their own family if they step the wrong way when it comes to their religion. But when it comes to us, we always looking for a gray area. It's got to be a substitution because y'all are worried. You don't want to stop sinning, but you know that this is the way because you don't make exceptions for nobody else. You just like, oh yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. But Christianity, okay, but this, but what about this? Or okay, this, but what about that? Just say inspirational song and be done.
Yeah.
Oh, every time I finish talking, it gets so loud. Yeah, I mean, I do agree, I guess. Like, it's not even that I disagree. And I also do think about it, though, like, it is the BET Awards, too. So it's like, I feel like if it was like, but if it was like a Christian Awards but see, you know what makes it so hard? Because Maverick City and Kirk Franklin was on the song, too. That's what makes it tough.
What's going on?
So let's talk about that.
Ryann said she can't hear us.
I can't hear her either no more.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can just.
It's coming in clear though too. I'm surprised it's not like blurry at all.
Yeah.
With no.
Yeah.
Oh, now she hung up on us.
Well, you can just hit. You see, but yeah, remove.
Okay.
But that was a good word. Oh, she's back.
Add to stage. Let's
See
try
if
that again.
see if her volume is good.
I can
You
hear
can hear us now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's super clear now. So I was gonna ask you, Ryann, what do you think about like secular? Okay, Kirk Franklin, he's been making music with secular artists for the longest. You know, you got Tasha Cobb making songs with Nicki Minaj. So now the one time that I feel like everybody agreed with it is when Kirk Franklin had R. Kelly and all these other people on his song. Nobody said anything. But now, and I'm not saying like I just think back and I'm like, wait a minute, why didn't anybody complain about this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now he's got GloRilla, everybody mad. Tasha Cobb got Nicki Minaj on the song. So I'm just like, what do you think about all these things being done?
So,
these artists collaborating.
I think the artist's intentions are good. You know what I'm saying? I think their intention is, you know, like I'm saying, like, because, you know, God tells us calls us to go out and to reach people, you know, to evangelize. But don't waste your time with people who don't have ears to hear. But I think what the artists are trying to do is let's find a way to let their ears hear in the way that their ears work. Their ears are worldly, so we have to reach them through worldly people. And so they start reaching for people who aren't in the church to try and call them in, because you hear GloRilla, everybody that's a GloRilla stamp and a flood to it. It's like there's perfume bottles with the name Beyonce on it. That junk can smell like boo-boo and cheese. They're gonna buy it because it said Beyonce.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like there are certain things they're doing. And so they're using worldly artists to pull in the world. Great idea. Here's the backside problem. And the problem that I have with it is that these people who are flocking for GloRilla, while they're hearing the song, they had to put that / inspirational, because people who aren't in the world and who are of the world and aren't in the church and aren't in the word don't know how to decipher what's right and what's wrong. They don't know what God's voice sounds like. So even though they're hearing good stuff, they can't really resonate with it properly. And so it's like you're hearing what you need to hear, but again, you're not hearing it correctly. And then you're not even really listening. That's why there's the difference between worship music and then praise music. Praise music is everything that you turn up to. Worship music usually tends to be slower because they want you to really slow down and listen to what you're saying. Really take time to praise God. All them, you know, the boppy songs, cool, they're cool. But my point is that we're losing sight of the problem. Like the category name itself, it's like the problem is we are in too serious of times for y'all to be continuing to play around with trying to find who to bring. God never called us to force folks to come over here and get, like, we could get creative, cool.
She teed up though.
Yeah.
For some reason, your mic is
Ryann.
muting it out.
I can't hear you.
I don't know. It was doing good.
You see the devil busy.
You know, she makes
Try
some
again,
good.
Ryan. It's just the facial expressions and no.
Yeah,
audio.
those expressions is. She do make some good points, and I guess it also does kind of blur the lines. But I don't know. I just feel like also the world blurs the lines, and that's I just kind of keep going back to like that's why.
Well, that's powerful.
Well,
People say that the world blurs the lines.
Yeah,
Right.
so this just isn't like any different.
So, yeah, what you gonna say?
So here's why I'm not tripping. The world was not given the commission, the church was.
Exactly.
So the BET Awards, the Black Entertainment
TV.
Television, TV, whatever.
We know that they're not Christian based. We know that their goal is not to spread the gospel. Should it have been on them to just change the name of the award to inspirational? Sure.
They don't have to.
They don't have to. And I mean, sure, we could be worried that they're misleading people, but the church, like that's what the church is for. And so we can spend time being upset about this or even debating this.
Point.
But our job as a church, we see stuff like that and we're like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to keep working. We're going to keep evangelizing. We're going to keep going out. We're going to keep spreading the gospel, the true gospel, because gospel is not just feeling. It is the gospel is the fact that Jesus Christ came and died for our sins.
News.
It's the good news. And so it's on us to Ryan's back. It's on us to keep spreading the gospel, to keep spreading the truth. Yes, we can have these conversations about, how they should market the awards and whether or not gospel artists or Christian artists should be mingling.
Everybody's is. I just
with secular artists.
Y'all good? You good? You good?
Okay. We can have these debates about whether or not
on the thing, though.
Christian artists should be mingling with secular artists. They're responsible for their work in the earth. They're going to have to answer to God for that. And I think it's on us to just keep standing 10 toes down, keep preaching and teaching the way that we should. But if the world is going to blur the lines, like, you can tell by someone's fruit and the things that they're doing, whether or not they really are Christian. So if you're seeing Christians going out of their way to promote more secular artists than digging into the truth and promoting the truth, then you should know that maybe really isn't a Christian artist. They're not really a gospel artist.
And the thing is too, we shouldn't be for newer Christians, but if you're like a Christian, like if you're a Christian more seasoned in your faith, you shouldn't even be looking to BET to be your what's the word? You shouldn't be looking to BET to like give you the blueprint for how to follow Christ.
That's
so
true.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like that thing. It's just like that's why you go to church. That's why you read your Bible. That's why you hang around Christians who are like on the same path as you. That's how you can like, you know what I'm saying, have your walk with Christ. So it's like I guess I don't understand, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it's like I get that it might not be right in the terms because it says a gospel award, but then it's like, how can I be mad at a non-gospel organization doing something that is just like blurring the lines? I can't be mad at them because they probably don't know and they just doing what they do.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't expect them to do something that, like kind of how I talked about with Disney, I can't expect them to do that because they're not, and it's not in their agenda to. Yeah. So I shouldn't look for them to do that.
That's correct. I agree. And I think my question for me, at least what I heard was that, like, what were your opinions on it? What were your feelings on it? These are just my feelings. It's not going to change my walk. It's not going to change what I'm doing as a Christian. It just saddens my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of Christians get scared to really speak up about stuff that they see that they just know is not right. But it's like at the end of the day, baby, God said we can judge righteously. And I'm righteously judging this moment. Now, is that going to stop my hustle? Absolutely not. But I don't agree, though. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I just feel like, but Jesse's also correct. We can't get mad because a non-Christian platform is doing non-Christian stuff, So it's like valid, like 100%. But it's like, also it's just a part of my heart that like wants to see people do better and want people to get called back. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, y'all was just right there. Y'all had this big old platform. They allowed you to say gospel on the platform. Like, I don't think people realize, like, me being in the industry, in the makeup industry, and also in the television industry, and then also wanting to be an actress and stuff. Like, there's so many things that we fought for. Like, Black people fought to even be in the room with these people. Fought to get on stage to get awards. And it's like, y'all had this big old platform, all this space to be able to make such a difference. And that's what you did with it? Like, I guess that was where I was coming from. Because
it would have been nice to have a gospel artist win. You know what I'm saying?
Like a real one, man. Maverick City was up there by themselves. You didn't have to pick the one that was featuring Glow. You could have just let the church win. And I think that's what disappointed me. It's my disappointment is where I'm speaking from. Because it's like we were this close. And it just
But that is why we also have our own gospel awards.
Right.
Because that's why when other people are not going to do it, that's why Christians got to take it on themselves to do it.
Yeah. Now, I do want to take a second to read some of these chats real quick. Just so we ain't leaving them hanging, you know what I'm saying? So you can hit the first, so it's just like on one screen.
Right.
And then you can go to those. Yeah. So you can just pick some that you think, like we can hear now. It's like not a.
If the enemy is on the prowl, starts with your face, be grounded in something bigger than us.
Being grounded in something bigger than us, i.e. God. Hallelujah. So the Christian artist should not be mingling with secular artists. I mean, I definitely agree.
Mingling is a funny word.
Mingling is probably the wrong word, but collaborating is what I was.
You don't think Christian artists should collaborate with secular artists?
No, not if they're like actively promoting things that are
who you hang
against
with,
God.
period.
Like I don't want to promote something that is like if Kirk Franklin said, Ashley, you want to make a song, that's a little different. Because if he's just living in some type of sin that I don't know about, I'm not over here like mad or if a certain Christian artist
that he's most of the times out of 10 putting on for God,
that's more debatable. But what I'm saying is like GloRilla, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, all these people. I don't want to promote you at all. I don't want to shed any light on your music. That's my issue. So do I respect you? Do I fellowship with you? Yes. Making music with somebody is not fellowship. Especially if I'm a music artist trying to promote something that is of God. Some people say, oh, I can save you because I can make a Christian song and I can promote God to you. Like there's millions of other ways to promote God to that person. Making a song with them is not on the top. And how often does it actually work? Statistically, or does it even make sense? Because like that's my brand. My brand is of God, and I'm okay. We all deal with sin. We all have issues. But you're active. Like if I'm an alcoholic or something, if I'm drinking, I don't mind making a song with somebody that drinks. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would rather make a song with somebody that has a drinking problem than someone that's promoting the drinking problem to the community. Why in the world am I putting your stuff on a megaphone and pushing out even more? And a Christian co-signing what you're doing. That people don't think about all of that when they're making songs. So it's like
I don't know if I'll say they co-signing.
But it is promoting whether you want to or not. It's indirectly co-signing.
We talk about GloRilla maybe showing some light of Maverick City, but Maverick City is also, if you're a Maverick City follower, you're gonna be like, oh, they dropped the song. Who is GloRilla? Then you know what I'm saying? Like if they don't know, so you also got to look at it that way. So I do get that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't. Yeah, I don't know if I would say like they co-signing their behavior though.
It's more of an indirect thing. Like I don't think if you make a song with somebody, you're saying, hey, I approve of everything that they. Because if I have somebody on a podcast that does secular music, I don't think I'm gonna say like I think a podcast is a little different. But I wouldn't say like, hey, I have them on my podcast. I agree with all their views. No.
Yeah, I feel
But am I gonna say, hey, go listen to her music? Like, not even that. Like, we're doing music together. The whole point of collaborating is to share my viewers with your viewers. That's the whole point of collaborating.
Right.
On a podcast, it could be different things. It could be I'm trying to interview you and give people a light to what your life is like so they can understand you. You're talking about who you are. That's the same thing as me having to sit down with you and you come to my church and we talk to you. That's totally different if someone says you shouldn't even give them a platform on your podcast. Like we're talking. I'm not directly collaborating with music, sharing view to view. What am I using? Why would I decide, I should put GloRilla on my gospel song? Why was that a thought in your head? She doesn't do gospel music. Did she come to you and say, hey, I love gospel. I want to be on your album? Now it means even less because you're thinking of gospel like it's a genre. Like, whoa. Do you understand what I'm doing here? I'm trying to save souls. Now, Kirk Franklin, to be respectful, to give the correct position to Kirk Franklin, I don't view him as an artist that is trying to save souls. I view him as an artist that's trying to make really good gospel music as a genre. No disrespect to him. If he wanted to make a song, Ashley, I like your music, I want to make a song with you. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I had to pray about it. I don't know right now. I ain't never really put too much thought into it. But what I would say is I would have less of a problem with doing that because it doesn't like the values are not so far off compared to doing a song with somebody like GloRilla. I'm just like,
the values are important.
Yeah, the value that's almost like being yoked, like equally yoked.
Or even doing business
like,
with somebody. Would I want to do business with somebody where our values are so differently aligned? How would that work?
And different things like require different a different amount of yoked. Like a different amount. Like I don't think you have to be you don't have to be super equal with somebody at a regular job, like you work in a customer service. You don't have to be like 100% yoked to somebody that's your coworker.
Yeah.
But y'all got to be yoked enough to be able to get the job done. So it's an amount. But it's same like you're not gonna be like in total agreement.
They said it can be an opportunity to bring somebody to the Lord.
You can click that one.
Click.
Did we read any of the comments yet?
Yeah.
We read one and then we stopped.
No, we read a couple.
I don't know if we got to like kind of scan through the bottom. I think
because look right there. That was the last one we said.
Yeah, we did. Okay.
I didn't do these because
Ice J Fish makes. Let me see that one.
Ice JJ Fish is hilarious. We can read that.
Okay.
Ice J Fish makes Christian music.
Ice JJ Fish.
I ain't heard this. No,
he does make Christian music, which is funny.
You know, I want to do a song with Ice JJ Fish. If he asked me, no, just playing.
I
can see y'all collaborate.
It's Christian.
Look at that.
If it's good Christian is another story.
All the same time, it can be an opportunity to bring them to Lord too. See, that's the part I don't
you can
really
bring people
agree
to the
with.
Lord. That doesn't mean you have to collaborate with them in music too.
That's the part I just don't see. I mean, obviously, okay, this is the thing. Here's a good way to put this. Can you go to the strip club and possibly win a stripper to the Lord? Maybe. What are the chances? And is there a better way to do it that doesn't compromise your soul and the souls of others?
Yeah.
It's not worth it when you think about the probability. Could you do it? Maybe there's a chance, but I think it's going to take a whole lot of the Lord said so. The Lord woke me up this morning and told me to do this before you even think about doing it.
Between evangelizing and collaborating.
There is.
Yeah.
So, you know, like that's yeah, I feel that.
I wish I could just, I don't know. I wish I could send the link to people. That would be cool. I wonder, can you hit that second one and see if it'll not that one, just the present thing. Yeah. Click that and just see if invite guests. Let's see if it'll even just copy and paste it into the stream and just see if it works. Chat? Yeah, because we have to pull them in anyways.
Oh man, I forgot how to. Okay,
and just paste and hit enter. So if somebody wants to join the chat, y'all can click that link and we can talk about it. But you know, if they start getting crazy, you know what I'm saying, we can kick them out. You feel me?
Okay.
So if you click submit them in, then I think you have to have the app, the StreamYard app to do that, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So I don't know if anybody had anything else to say before I move to the next topic of it.
Well, when I watched her acceptance speech, and she made the comment that she reached out to Kirk Franklin to be on her song.
Okay.
And she was just like, I was scared to ask him because y'all know what I be rapping about. Wow. So she knows who she is and the music that she makes, and she knew that there was a possibility that a gospel artist was going to say no to her.
And he didn't judge her, right?
I do kind of love that, because see, that's why I kind of wish she was on the pod. That would have been great. But the reason I say that is because I wonder
on the podcast,
what made her want to make that song. What made you want to make that? And I don't know. But that's what makes me think, like, what made you want to make that? What made you even do that in the first place?
Sorry. Well, she grew up in the Bible Belt. She has church influences, and I think there's always a part of someone that no matter like what happens, they always want to come back to it. They always want to come back to where they came from. Even some atheists, right? I have agnostic friends, and they're that have grown up in the faith, like grown up Pentecostal, same way that I grew up. And there are certain things that like bring nostalgia to them. And regardless of how they feel now, they can't deny what they felt when they were growing up in that. So GloRilla making an active choice, you know, as an adult now to live the life that she lives, it's not going to stop the fact that she's already probably experienced the presence of God. She still, it's possible that she could want to go back to that, but she's so deep in the life that she has now that, I mean, it would be really hard. It would be a big lifestyle change. And so her doing that, is it because she wanted to glorify God? I don't know. I can't say that.
Glorify God.
Glorify.
Glorify.
Look at that camera.
Could it be that she wanted to glorify God? I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know what her heart is, but I know that she probably did that because that brought like a lot of nostalgia to her.
I made some people mad.
Yeah, it's this whole thing is very multifaceted because it's also like it's like how you talked about like yes the nostalgia, but I think also just GloRilla, like how they did talk about like it could have kind of been like evangel. Like if I was Kirk Franklin, I'm thinking, oh, she wants me to come be her song on Maverick City. When you make music with somebody, it is also very like vulnerable. You're gonna talk to them. It's like you just never know what them conversations were like and how they could have pulled on her or how they could have. Yeah, you just never know if that could have been the spark to kind of, you know what I'm saying, like drop the whatever they call, drop the seed, plant the seed. Yeah. And so, and I don't know. When I look at it from that point, I'm kind of like, I kind of feel them. Yeah. And so it's like, that's why I say it's multifaceted because it's like so many different ways to look at it from like a individualistic standpoint or from like a BET, her winning a Christian award. Yeah, it's like so many different ways. So it's hard for me to kind of like sit there and be like, because I really don't know. Yeah. So I can kind of see all the different ways.
From person to person. I feel like, this is what I think. If you're a pastor at a church and if somebody says, man, I love your church, I would love to come preach for y'all. It's like, you live this lifestyle. Yeah. And you want to come preach for my church. And you're known. You as a person, it's like, man, I really respect you, but like, nah. Yeah. I can't do it. Like Kirk Franklin as a Christian artist, he's a big brand, you know, he has paved the way for gospel artists, man. And he has made he can make music. He's always collaborated with secular artists. Lecrae, he's done the same thing. Because they have just a different way to think about it. But individually, I'm not gonna look at Kirk Franklin like a bad person. But do I agree with his methods on collaborating? No. But do I look at him like, you've got an evil agenda against the Christian community? Like, I mean, if there's some evidence out there I ain't seen, then hey. But I just feel like our perspective, looking at people, I know some people have said like some things like Kirk Franklin. I saw a video. Kirk Franklin's
going playing up on his kid, and they started doing that remix.
Oh my goodness! If you don't get the show, I'm saying what?
That was,
you know, the bad thing,
funniest thing.
The bad part about it was I enjoyed the song, the remix, it a little too much. But I said, play it one more time. And that's
wait, hold on. Did he really like? He really put an audio?
That was no, not him. That was a real conversation he had with his son.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Cussing him out. And somebody
used his beat, this famous
they put it on the Revolution track.
You the Revolution.
That? Oh my god.
Let's play it for the no, just playing.
No, it was so we might play that after the pod. It was so,
but I did hear about that.
He just took some of his words. Some of the phone
I'm gonna tear like it was just that joke was funny. Oh man, when they was making the skits on Instagram with that, I was dying. That was funny.
You know, they said Kirk Franklin is the saved version of Plies.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, like they had a whole. They literally made a comic book version of the story.
I am weak.
Plies, something happened to him. He fell asleep, and then he had something happen, and he turned into Kirk Franklin. I don't know what.
So he's so Kirk Franklin's Plies in the multiverse. So
Kirk Franklin is Plies in the multiverse.
I'm weak.
Yep. There's a lot of artists that's like, you can see them. Who is the secular? There was somebody like DJ Khaled. There was like a Christian version of him. They might have just said Kirk Franklin because he'd be talking through his songs.
No, quite literally. That's probably who they meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard Kirk Franklin sing.
He doesn't. He just.
I don't think I have either.
He just be ad-libbing.
He just talks. Oh, you know who I think the best person to win gospel award would be right now? Ty Tribbett. I just feel like that's who I would give it to, but that's just my opinion.
What are the gospel awards?
I don't know if he's released anything recent, but just him, just the songs he's put out so far, it's like, yo,
You said what other gospel awards?
You know when? Yeah, when are they?
Let me.
I think also it's good that like this
Research.
happened in a sense because in it sometimes the backlash or the anger of Christians can cause them to go towards things that are good.
But who would y'all give it to? Put it in the chat, man. Put it in the chat who y'all.
But he wasn't even a nominee.
I know he wasn't a nominee, but I'm just saying, like, if you could choose who should win this award, like, who should win the gospel award for real? Like, who should be on the list? You know what I'm saying?
The GMA Dove Awards is
so y'all
Tuesday,
put it in the chat who y'all think it should be.
October 7th, 2025.
October 7th.
Even if they're not on the list.
Now I've got to tune into that awards because I got to see how it goes.
And then the 2025 Stellar Gospel Music Awards is August 14th.
I mean, why not? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if GloRilla won that one too.
No,
I would.
No, now if the Saints were doing stuff like that, I'd be like, all right, like what do y'all doing?
Yeah, then we gotta then
like come on.
So who would y'all put on that list? Who's y'all's person? Like, you know what? I guess for you said Maverick City.
I didn't say I like Maverick.
You talking about because they were on the list?
Yeah.
So like, if they're not on the list, who y'all putting up there
for the gospel award?
Yeah, like who in your mind is just like, man, you just seem like you should be up there. Mine was just Ty Tribbett. I just feel like, man, I guess I'm judging him off of like
Ty Tribbett isn't a bad choice. I don't know. It's so many like it's a couple artists that come to mind.
Tight, bro. Like I don't know. She ain't nobody else. Who else you got, bro? Nobody better than Ty Tribbett for real.
I like Chandler Moore. I don't know. I'm a real big Chandler Moore.
I love Chandler Moore.
I'm not mad at that.
I love his work.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
mad at that, yo.
He really wants to be Nigerian, but outside of that, like,
man, like who's produced some
we
bangers?
we got Nigerian in our blood, but that's a whole different story. I took the
ancestry.
I think I'm thinking more like the timeless.
Yeah, I want to go.
Gospel award, like recent music today. Probably not Ty Tribbett, but
let me see. Let me look in my playlist and see who I would.
Yeah, it's gonna be some names. Y'all put them in the chat. I know y'all know some people, man. Who y'all gonna put on this chat for this gospel award?
Oh my goodness! You know who I've been loving lately? Madison Ryann Ward.
She is good.
Her voice and her latest album. It's just
she is so good.
I love her. Let me see.
But her and
Hovey. Hold on, Hovey's my favorite.
Isn't he more rap though?
Yeah, Hovey's fine.
Cause he be over there with
Surfaces.
No, he be over there with
that's Forrest Frank.
What's
Forrest
his name?
Frank, sorry.
Who do the OCOEE?
We're gonna put
I can't remember his
there.
name.
OCOEE.
If we put Hovey in there, Forrest Frank got to be on there.
What's the rapper?
Who
do the OCO?
KB?
No, not KB. KB's tough. He's probably one. He's probably my favorite. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably my favorite.
You got Aha Gazelle. You got
Aha Gazelle is
the one who he the younger boy. He be like OCO. He do every song. He came out with that. The moral get ripping again.
Caleb Gordon.
Fire. Yeah, but I still like KB the best. I think. I don't think. Yeah. I think
Caleb Gordon. You know, he knew.
I like Caleb Gordon though.
He got potential. You know what I'm
saying?
I
like Caleb Gordon. He keeps getting flagged for doing covers of songs and stuff.
Really?
Yes.
It's a war. But that's why I do like him though, because of the covers too.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying, he gonna bring like he be out with them quick.
He puts them things. I
don't know how he do that, bro.
Maybe he just needs to like take a moment and just do like an original work, because I know he can rap and I know he has good producers.
Does he have a bunch? Does he have any albums? Like, I mean,
yeah,
I know he has some
albums, but I think he got like a lot though. I
just keep seeing he releasing so many singles. Like,
bro. Yeah, he does. But I think but that's probably why, because he's also like doing these covers, and you know, you can't. It's probably gonna be hard to put on an album get that clear, especially as a Christian artist. You're probably not gonna get that clear.
Somebody that's not like
worship.
Somebody that's like good, but more to me like a kind of a. It's weird, like a hype rapper.
The only person I can think of is Ty Tribbett and Kirk Franklin.
I was gonna say Alex Jean, but he has
like hype rapper.
Yeah. Like his beats be really good.
I'm not. I don't want to just off the. You know what I'm saying? Respect it. He don't really do it for me. But I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one that feels that way.
It's like one or two songs of his that I really like, but outside of that, it's not.
I like the
A lot of people like him though.
Yeah, he remind me of Pop Smoke.
It's that Don't. What's that song, man?
Is that Church Clap?
I can't think. What is that? I know what it is, but I'm forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
Christian rap taking over. That's right, bro. I've been seeing you've been doing some new Christian rap. You need to hop in the chat, bro. We'll bring you on the live if you hit the StreamYard link.
Elevation Worship has been dropping a lot of good stuff lately. Red Worship.
I'll send you the stream yard. The
I've been on
StreamYard
Dr.
link is in the
Toomey
chat.
a lot
Adam.
lately.
Matter of fact,
Dr.
click that.
I don't know how to
YouTube,
say it. T-U-M-I. T-U-M-I. I be loving his stuff. That's all I've been listening to lately. I ain't gonna lie. Dr. Toomey.
I don't know Dr. Toomey.
You know
But
Toomey?
I was gonna say, Kevin Hart, he said some stuff about Kirk Franklin.
Oh, he
when
did.
I saw that, did you see it?
Because he was hosting the BET Awards.
Yeah, did you see what he said about Kirk Franklin? Man, he said, "Hey, Kirk, don't be getting up here, twerking from the front." He said, "When you get up here, if you win an award or something like that," he said, "Don't be getting up here doing that." He said, "God didn't tell you to do that." I was like, "Oh,
I know why he said that.
Good,
because of that video. You ain't never seen a video of Kirk
I've
Franklin?
I've seen a bunch of videos of Kirk Franklin. That's the
well,
problem.
the main one where he was dead,
where he was tripping out.
Hold on. When he was doing it there, they was like, "What gospel song you could be dancing to do this?"
Yeah, they show.
Yeah, he was getting it. I said, "Bruh." So I think that's probably why he said that.
But that's like he does that at all his concerts. He's got. I'm gonna say
Kirk Franklin
to be respectful. I'm gonna say he wears his Prince heels, his Prince steppers. I'm gonna say that
lemon pepper steppers.
Lemon pepper steppers.
I'm not gonna call them heels, but y'all could call them what y'all want.
But how do you feel about what Kevin was saying? Like, you feel like?
I mean, it's like Kirby doing a little too much moving for me, bro. Be like, all right, I don't mind you being able to dance, like that's cool. But like sometimes it can be a little, even people that like you got certain women that do certain praise dances, and it's like, all right, I'm not mad at y'all doing it, but sometimes it'd be too much. Like to be honest, some people use God's tools to bring about perversion. I mean, can we be honest?
The devil does that, so
yeah. Can we be honest and say that some people, some women, men, we will use praise dancing to bring about a perversion, to do a little too much. And I'm not against praise dancing, but we will use it and we'll move our body a little too much. And I'm like, bro, I've seen this, and I'm just like, I feel like I need to look away because it's a little uncomfortable. Like I see like certain people doing, I'm like, no, y'all cool, y'all chilling. But it'd be that one person be like, y'all moving a little too much. Like, I mean, you can't really tell them because what scripture are we gonna use? You know what I'm saying? But it's just like discernment wise, like, yeah, this ain't really, you know. What y'all think about that though? Am I alone in thinking that? Like, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like people just kind of do a little much when it comes to these dance moves, bro.
It's hard for me to say because I haven't seen that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Or maybe you've seen it and you don't care. No, just
nah, I ain't gonna say that. But I feel like how you just said, you feel like you need to look away because it's like when
that's
you
why
can't
you see it because you looked away.
Yeah. But nah, it's like when you can't hit it with like, and not even that you would want to just
like
hit
Kirk
somebody
Franklin.
with a scripture.
Let's take Kirk Franklin for instance. Some of his dance moves, I'm like, okay, cool.
Some stuff you know, stuff you know when you look at something, you like is you look at it, you like, well, I wouldn't do that. But I can't say that he's wrong for doing that.
It looks
so for me, it just be kind of be like, when I seen it, I was just like, oh God.
Does it not
Kirk go again?
Does it not look a little sexual? Like
There's
not
no
at
type
all.
of gospel music that requires you to body roll.
See that? Like, why are you?
See what he was doing?
And like,
does it not look
is everybody
sexual,
familiar
bro?
with like that new dance, like tripping out or whatever? That the young people are doing. Oh,
it's so many.
It's too many to keep up with.
If I see that, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, I seen that.
I've seen him I've seen him do that before, and I'm just like, but like why? Like it's given like 90s like dance.
Have you ever
like,
heard his story when he was on the Tim Ross podcast? Kirk Franklin is very, because of his go-getter mentality, he is going to always try to keep up, and he's gonna do things that to be seen because of his father and his relationship, and because his father was really in his life. So he's gonna do things to try to be like, to continuously try to be seen because of that. So it's like every time I see that, I just be like, there go Kirk again, because he's gonna try to do young people things that I wouldn't do. I'd be like, hey, you doing too much. I don't know how Kirk goes 50 50-something, gotta be 50-something.
Yeah.
He's about to be 60.
I ain't gonna lie though, that man look good for his age, bro.
Yeah, he probably stay in shape.
I don't know.
But it's just like I know why he does what he does, and I don't agree with it. But I can't be like, oh yeah,
Kirk Franklin grew all his Kirk Franklin grew all his hair back. That's a miracle, bro. You know he got to be walking with God.
You got to be.
I know he was bald, had gap teeth.
No,
yeah,
that boy went to Turkey probably.
Yeah, bro.
You got that fixed. Stop.
I'm like, Kurt, what's your secret, bro? And you on steroid? No, they're playing.
No, I just feel like
he be working out. Oh,
that's
no, I ain't gonna say
wild.
that. I do not know.
No, my thing is, sure, you know, he has trauma to work through, but come on, bro. Like, you claim that you're saved.
I don't excuse
you claim
the
that
behavior.
you feel with the you claim that you feel with the Holy Spirit. When are you gonna overcome that?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I agree.
Like somebody has had to say to you in all of your almost 60 years on this planet, hey, why are you twerking? Why are you singing a gospel song?
And that's exactly what Kevin Hart said.
And so you mean to tell me that this grown man has said, my dad didn't like me when I was a kid.
But you also got to look at it like this. He's an artist. He doesn't have anybody, at least that I know of. He doesn't have like for instance, like a pastor should have like people over him to kind of correct and hold accountable.
The music industry.
Who does he have to hold him accountable and correct him?
That is true. Because does he even have a home church?
I'm gonna tell you what's scary about the music industry.
I don't know.
You're busy doing stuff all the time if you're really in it. You are a brand. Kirk Franklin is the brand. So Kirk Franklin, we need your name here, your face, your personality. We need you in this place because we can't move this business because you are the face of the business. You are the thing. You are the Apple. You are the Android. You are the Nike. Kirk Franklin is that, right? So he has to move constantly. If he stops, he's stopping his bank flow. He's stopping. So he's pushing in this direction. Not to say like that is any excuse, but just for clarification, when people are moving constantly like this, they don't really, I guess, take time. Are they able to make time
to really work on
themselves? And because the foundation was made with them in constant, what's the word? They're constantly moving.
Yeah,
constantly busy.
So they're not able to. And I've seen a lot of Christian artists say, "I'm not a Christian artist anymore." You can go to one. I've seen a lot of Christian artists say, "I'm not a Christian artist anymore." No, you're fine. I'm not a Christian artist anymore. I don't. You know, so a lot of what's that girl? Gabby Callwood, something like that. She used to do Christian rap, and she said she's not a Christian anymore at all. And I'm just like, man, you know, you had a good thing going. Like it's tough even on a smaller level when people are knowing you. So I just tell people like it's good that you've made an impact in Christian music, but dude, your soul, bro. Like you have to have the mentality like I don't want to get so far into this that I can't leave when I'm ready. That's
the main thing. That's the main thing because like you have to, before you even go into that, you have to say, okay, like is what I'm doing going to glorify God? And what good is it if my personal life doesn't represent what I preach or what I sing? And so it seems kind of counterintuitive or to go into gospel music to say that you want to glorify God, you know, you're
glorify.
Is that what I'm saying?
Sorry.
No, but he ain't gonna leave it alone.
He's not gonna leave it alone. Okay.
My bad. I can't help.
It's stuck in his head now.
Okay.
Glorify. Okay.
So
that would be a hard song.
He gonna make me lose my thought.
I'm sorry to
but to glorify God.
Like if you're going to say that I want to glorify God, you know, the most important thing is to make sure that you're doing that in your personal life. Because if you're pouring out, I think that's what happened to that young artist and to some other artists who say, I'm no longer a Christian artist. You're constantly pouring out, but you're not receiving.
Exactly.
So what do you think is going to happen if you're constantly, you're constantly putting out worship music, you're constantly putting out Christian rap, you want to bring people to God, but what are you doing to stay close to God, to maintain your relationship with him? And that's how people get burnt out. That's when they turn around and say, you know what, I'm no longer a Christian. Like, you know, I'm doing all this stuff for God and things aren't working out in my life. I mean, yeah, sure. You've been on tour, you've been out doing this, and not one of those days did you sit down and pray or get your Bible or fast, you know? And if anything, if you're going to be an artist, if you're going to be ministering, and I know that some people may not look at it that way, but if you're saying that you're going to glorify God, you are ministering.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in any type, if you're going to be ministering in any type of way, you need to also be pouring back into yourself, which is why if you're going to do something like that, you automatically set yourself up to be a target for the enemy. So you need to make sure that you're under biblical leadership and that you're constantly pursuing God every single day, reading your Bible, praying, fasting. And a lot of these artists are super talented and they have a base frame for, you know, their relationship with God, I guess, but it's not something that they grow and that they develop. So they're constantly pouring out and then they're getting depleted and then getting crushed by the world because the enemy doesn't want them to keep going and keep making gospel music. You know what I'm saying? So,
and sometimes he'll use the thing, like he'll use you doing gospel music or whatever it is, even though it's for God, and kind of use that against you.
Yeah.
To deplete you of that. And so that's why no matter what you're doing, whether it is gospel music, preaching, anything that you're doing for the Lord, even if you're a nurse, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you're doing, he's going to try to use whatever it is to put you into a cycle of continuing to do that. And then you lose yourself in the process. That's why you got to have a rhythm of pouring out, but then pouring back in, and pouring out and then pouring back in. And a lot of people will, because it comes with all of this, I ain't gonna, success, but also this schedule. And then you let it almost can, it really is boundaries. You lose your boundaries.
Yeah.
And once you lose that and you just let the person, the managers and all that just do your life like this, and you don't be like, wait, no, I can't do 10 tours. You know what I'm saying? I only can do 5 because I got to take time for myself. And a lot of people or artists or whatever, they won't take the time to be like, no, I can only do this because at the end of the day, this is going to be what's most important. And I can't lose that in the process.
Exactly.
So,
yep. And I was going to go ahead and do our final thoughts. I don't know. I mean, I pretty much gave some final thoughts. I didn't know if you had anything else to say or I could just close it out.
I mean, for me, this was good for me because I didn't even know that that we had a gospel award ceremony thing. So I'm going to definitely be tuned in.
Thing,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm going to be tuned in. I think sometimes, like, even though this what could have been seen as a bad thing, I think it also could have made Christians be like, you know, kind of wake up a little bit. And I think that can be a good indicator that it still is a lot of people who really hold Christ dear. And it's like, okay, this means a lot to me. And that can cause people to push towards more Christian things. And so, you know, the Dove Awards and the Stella Awards might have something to prove now, you know what I'm saying? And that'll continuously make us want to take this more serious. So I think it is a good thing that people kind of felt the way about it. Because it's like, okay, they want to play with it, but we're not going to play with it.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So I think that is a good thing. And yeah, that's my final thoughts.
You know, Nikita, did you have anything else to add to it? Or are you pretty much, you know, we want to?
Yeah, I think I pretty much said everything. Like, you know, it's up to people who want to be gospel artists, who want to preach or teach or sing the gospel. It's up to them to protect their souls and to think about their image, not necessarily their brand, but their witness, you know, and, you know, that's how much someone can look at you and know that you really are like a Christian. And I know that maybe we want to avoid or we want to shy away from judging someone based on, you know, how they appear. But when it comes down to it, people aren't looking for someone when someone really needs prayer, when someone is looking for spiritual authority, they're not looking for someone who is lukewarm. They're not looking for someone who blurs the lines. So I will say that it's important for gospel artists to understand the importance of their witness. I think it's important for Christians to watch how they respond to these things because the world is still watching us. No matter how much we think, or no matter how much we are being persecuted in the Western world, we still have to respond to certain things with love. We still have to be very mindful of how we show up in the world. And yeah, that's about it.
Facts.
Yep. I was just gonna say, what was I gonna say? When it comes to who Jesus chastised more, it was these Pharisees, these leaders in gospel as far as the Great Commission. Because certain people they're in a leadership position, you should know better.
Right.
That's why with this whole conversation, I'm never mad at GloRilla. Can't be. Why am I surprised? I mean, she lives her life the way that she lives her life. I'm not mad at her. I'm really not mad at BET either. I was like, what do I expect? And I'm not mad at anybody, but if I was, disappointed in anybody, it's to people that follow along with BET gospel like it's real gospel. And if you go to a wedding and you holier than thou during the ceremony and you a sinner during the reception, then why you mad that GloRilla won the gospel award? That just don't make sense. You can't get mad. Oh, the gospel award is tainted when you do everything and listen to everything under the sun anyways. So gospel music doesn't really have a meaning to you anyways. A gospel has meaning to people who take it and apply it to their lives.
Right.
And I'm not saying that there's no song about love, that any music that a Christian can't listen to and still be saved. But what I am saying is there's some songs out here that are straight up demonic and terrible, and you shouldn't be listening to it. You take that up with God, but you definitely can't get mad. And the Christians that expect GloRilla to act like a Christian, what are you talking about? Like you're mad at BET because they didn't gave GloRilla a gospel award. Like, gospel genre ain't the same thing as winning souls. It's a totally different thing. But it's more of we take pride in our gospel genre than it is we're about winning souls. Yeah. Yes, the real gospel music that's helping people get closer to God is most likely going to be a small thing. It's going to be a smaller group compared to the people that's out there just making music for fun. It's people in the alphabet community that I can listen to gospel music with them and we're going to enjoy it about the same. But we don't always have the same experience with it. Just being honest. And I ain't got no problem with them per se. But all I'm saying is I'm listening to the gospel music thinking, Lord, I'm screwed up and I need you to help me. Mm-hmm. Other people listening to the gospel music thinking, ooh, that was a nice run. Two totally different types of listens.
That's true.
So that's all I had to say on that. And that could branch off into a whole nother topic, man. I shouldn't even said that, boy. But y'all put your thoughts in the comments. Next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, Lord willing, I'm going to have a conversation with a Trinitarian. Yes, the oneness versus Trinity debate is so old, and I know people are tired of it, but I just feel like, there's a nuanced perspective that people are not really thinking about when it comes to this topic and how we should view it through child of God eyes. People sending people to hell over this stuff, but I'm just like, I really want to, discuss it Tuesday. So if you want to join that conversation. We'll be here again Tuesday, 7 p.m. Nikita has already decided to moderate because I told her to. No, I'm just messing with you.
I'll be here.
But yeah, that'll be cool. But Tuesday, 7 p.m. might be discussing the in the beginning was the word.
Don't do that. Do not.
The word was. See, Jesse don't know about that. That's a whole nother.
Oh, that's so much controversy around that.
Nah, we might get into it. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about it right now, but all right, y'all. Make sure you like the video on your way out. It really helps us out with the algorithm to get this video to as many people as possible. If it's blessed you, let it bless someone else. And hit the subscribe button if you're feeling it. And hit the bell notification. Get notified every time we go live. God bless you guys. We are out of here. Thank you. You can click the end stream and it's going to be another one. God bless y'all. We out.